Hello YouTube, welcome to this video all about the AMT 53 Ford pickup truck kit in 1/25th scale. Now this is a reissue, I believe, of a much older kit. I don't know if it actually dates back to the 1950s, but I'm sure it dates back to the 1960s, judging by the style of it, the kind of parts that are included. Looking at the illustration, the box art, you can see it's really retro, deliberately retro. This looks like a kit, I imagine, as it would have looked when it was issued way back in that 1960s groovy hot rod era. Look at all the performance parts and options listed on the box there as well. Really nice looking. Only from the cats at AMT, I like that. So this has been reissued by Round 2, and this is a brand new kit rather than a collector's item. But I'm not going to do an unboxing today. I'm not going to do an unboxing of this one, mainly because I've actually started this kit, so there are many in-progress parts in the box there. What I'm going to do instead is show you an example of how it can look when it's built up. Now there are many different ways to build that kit. It's full of character, there's so much you can do with it, and so for the first build of it, I chose to build it like this, which is just a beaten up old work truck. Like I say, it's a really characterful vehicle. I wanted to bring that across in the way that I finished it off. So I think the light is actually a little bit strange, unfortunately, coming through the window, so I'm not sure how well this will show up. What I did with this one, I just pictured a really ratty old pickup truck, a truck that's worked hard all its life. Maybe it's had one owner for the last 40, 50 years. Maybe it's had a succession of owners. But the fact is, it's provided lots of very loyal service to its owners and not really been given much in the way of rewards in between, like a lot of old trucks out there, a lot of old working trucks that are still on the road today. So with this model, I tried a technique that I hadn't tried before. It's a technique which is really well documented on the internet and on YouTube, so you can go and find out about it quite easily and give it a try yourself. It's a way of creating a rust effect using salt, sea salt, actual granulated salt. And the way it works is you begin by painting the kit in the rust colour. Now I just use red oxide primer in this case, which isn't really perfect for rust, but I just wanted to give it a try and see how it worked. So that's what I used. What you do when you've got all the body pieces that you want to be rusted finished all over in a nice smooth coat of the rust colour, you then use a brush and a little water to daub on lumps of salt where you want the rust to be. So in my case, along the top of the windshield, in the middle of the cab roof, on the hood, around the wheel well openings that are on the front fenders there, along the door tops. That's where I daubed the pieces of salt. And then you let it dry. Let it dry overnight, so that salt is completely dry. And what you wake up to in the morning is the odd sight of various rust-coloured model parts with blobs of salt stuck to them. That's exactly what you want, because what you then do is you spray it with the body colour you want, and I chose a nice kind of sky blue. I thought that was a good working truck colour for a 50s truck. You spray that over the top. Try not to spray on too thickly, because you don't want to fix the salt under the paint. And the reason for that is when the top coat, in this case the blue coat, is dry, you then go along with a brush, and in my case also with my thumb, and rub off the salt, and it reveals the rust colour underneath. Now, it might sound like a lot of trouble to go to, but the fact is it gives you a really nice, realistic, random look. Much more so than if you tried to actually paint on rust or do it in some other way. It crumbles and flakes off in a slightly unpredictable, patchy kind of way, just in the way that paint flakes off a vehicle in that way as well. So my first attempt using the salt technique to create bodywork rust. Am I happy with it? Yes, I am. Is it perfect? No. I'm quite happy with how it came out. I think I could learn to do it better in future. But hey, for a first attempt, quite good. And I would recommend reading up about it, watching videos about it, and giving it a try yourself if you want to make a beaten up old vehicle with some rust on it. Otherwise, everything you see here, well, not the display base that I've put it on, but everything on the truck that you see came in the kit. It comes with loads and loads of optional parts. I went with the stock bumper and grille headlamp assembly, Everything completely stock as it left the factory. The stock steel wheels with skinny cross-ply tyres. I think they're great. They really suit it. They're the original stock ones again. Rear bumper, the stock ones, and tail lights are the stock ones. I moved the license plate up onto the rear tailgate because I thought that's the kind of thing that an owner might have done at some point. It's got some hot rod performance stickers in the rear window. Again, maybe somebody's an amateur racer, or perhaps just works in a garage and gets hold of those stickers and decided to put them in his truck. And then in the rear bed, I made use of some of the really cool things that come in the kit. There's a welding rig in there. You can see the oxyacetylene bottles. The spare wheel, which is supposed to be mounted under the rear of the truck, I decided to just lob in the back because I thought, again, it's exactly the kind of thing that would end up happening to it in reality. The kit comes with some tools as well, which aren't incredibly finely cast, but they're quite well done. I mean, the little spanners and wrenches there and pliers, I think they look fine. There's a jack in there. Also a couple of exhaust silencers, which are the ones that are supposed to go on the kit and be underneath it. But I thought, hey, they look good in there, I'll throw them in there. Interior, nothing really to write home about in there. I kept it really easy, just sprayed the seats and just sprayed the seat with some brown enamel aerosol paint I had hanging about. I put the chrome gear lever in, which is one of the optional hot rod accessories, because I thought it looked, I don't know, just added something to the interior. Again, the sort of thing that somebody might have put in there once when they were doing it up, or thinking of doing it up, but then really never got around to doing it properly. Other than that, what else can I really tell you about it? It's built from the box using the kit parts, rusted nicely. The wheels and tyres given a dose with the wheels given a dose of some oil paint washes just to highlight the details and add the idea of some dirt and brake dust perhaps in there, road dirt. The tyres and the rubber running boards and the areas around the wheel arches just given a flick over with some weathering powder. I'm quite a fan of that, actually. Quite keen on that stuff. It's a relatively straightforward way of just adding a little bit of a used, dirty look to a model without using lots of chemicals and solvents. There we go. That's my build of the AMT 53 Ford pickup truck. I've got another build in the works, as I said, which, when it's eventually done, I will also post here so you can take a look and see what else can be done with this kit. Overall, I recommend it. It's great fun. If you can pick one up, they're still only about £20 in the UK. I would really recommend getting one, or even getting 2 or 3, because you can do so much with it. It's advertised as a 3-in-1 kit. I honestly think it's more like 30-in-1. You could just have so much fun with different sets of wheels, bumpers, making it look smart, making it look ratty, whatever you want to do. There we go. AMT's 53 Ford pickup. I love it. If you can get one, I recommend it. Thanks very much for watching.